Hi there, it's me, Katrina Matuber, linguist, founder from Lingua and Lingua Plus. And today we're talking more about your language routine, especially how to design it incorporating cultural intelligence. I already shared with you how to create your language routine without talking about CQ, but I believe it's very important to pay attention to cultural intelligence because what happens is if you focus just on words, just on language, you miss out so much potentially like natural flow, of language when you speak. So there are a few common mistakes here, like in language routine. First of all, that you may focus too much on passive learning, meaning that you are watching TV shows, movies, maybe reading books, but you never speak. Like you need to speak from day one. That's very important, right? Then, of course, while you're studying vocabulary, new words, phrases, you don't create this cultural integration. So when there is no cultural integration, means that you don't know how natives use specific words and phrases and social, like in social contexts. And that's a bummer because what may happen, you will know a bunch of words, but you will never know how to apply them in context. And then, of course, it's all about like rigid and boring methods, meaning that maybe you're learning every day, like discipline, sport, but then you get to the point of burnout. We don't want that, right? So one of the examples is like learning 500 words in Spanish, but you don't know about tutear or TED just because, or like humor, just because you're focusing just on like expanded your vocabulary. No, we need to incorporate cultural intelligence, more knowledge that will help you with your flow and natural sound behavior in your conversation. So when we talk with you about cultural intelligence, of course, we're thinking with you about this ability to adapt, to understand different cultural norms, like produce a new set of behavior, you're communicating with other people, another culture, another language. So, of course, when we think about language learning and like putting together with CQ, we think about nonverbal communication. What it means, apart from all the words and phrases, you need to pay attention. What's happening here? Hands, body, eye contact, mimics, everything here, like personal space, everything that communicates non-verbally. Because if you learn just words, and I've talked about it a lot, and I'll repeat here, if you learn just words, it won't help you to establish good contact with natives, like with the speakers of this language, because um, I would say like over 50% of success will rely on your body language. As you know, we transmit so much information non-verbally. And if you take your non-verbal self from your most comfortable language and put it into your target language, you will create an accent, like non-verbal accent. There is already a term about it. So you need to incorporate this. There are different ways how to do it. Also, you're observing, watching, talking to your native teacher, talking to your native friend, observing, mimicking them, copying, and then trying to find your style. Then, of course, it's about social norms and etiquette, meaning that you need to learn how to meet and greet, how to say goodbye, how to show respect, and how as well to interact with different age groups, especially if it's language and culture with, hierarchy. Then for sure, it's about context and meaning, um, where you use formal or informal speech, how to use humor, which one of the videos on humor, and then of course in direct communication. There is like so much because even if we think about silence, ooh, pause. This could be like a lot, like in English they say like long pause, like pregnant pause. But in Japan, silence in conversation actually a sign of respect. Well, of course, UK is one thing, but like Italy, if there's silence, people may feel uncomfortable because, like there is so much interaction happening in the Italian culture. So you need to learn about it and then incorporate it into your language routine. So how to do it? Here's one plans, just example. Let's say you're setting up your routine. Maybe you have morning routine, then you have like afternoon routine, maybe like evening routine, and you may change it here like during the week. Like one day it's morning, another day it's like afternoon, then evening, and so on. So in the morning, what is good is to expose yourself to the media in your target language. Meaning it could be social media, news, radio, show, whatever it is, YouTube in your target language, just for a few minutes, so that your brain, your ear gets used to it. Every morning, maybe like, 5 minutes. Maybe like you're going to listen to a short podcast as well, like on music, anything, connected to the culture and language. And then what's cool, maybe, during your breakfast, you can have a look at a few cultural phrases. Maybe it's like culturally relevant greetings, or maybe it's a few puns or idioms, something for your context. You can also try to play it with AI, one of the apps, to see whether it can give you, some relevant puns or for your language, for the context. Then, of course, if it's uh, like afternoon time, then what you can do, you can get a session, maybe said like with a tutor, pen pal, friend, whoever, where you can actually talk to a person a little bit. Yeah, so um, maybe just like even for half an hour. At the same time, what you can do, you could also incorporate a bit of passive learning, meaning you will watch more stories or vlogs, yeah, like in specific cultural context. Maybe something happened in the country of the target language, you will pick it up. And then if you're big on social media, I suggest that you could also start commenting in the target language. It's a bit of exposure, it can be uncomfortable, but this is also for your practice, right? Like to say, and then you can learn from active interactions how people write, what kind of slang they use, yeah, in comments. So don't get, overwhelmed, just a little bit. I'm talking about routines like, 15 minutes in the morning, like 15 minutes in the afternoon. Then in the evening, what you can incorporate depending whether you have time. So maybe you're going to get a language buddy as well, like pen pal. You can exchange messages there, or you can also have a short conversation with your language buddy. And of course, you can watch something, maybe an episode of a TV show, or like any show like with humor or drama in the target language. Try to pick up a few more lines, something new in the context of the show. And then before going to sleep, you can journal. Yeah, journal in that language. And when I talk about journaling, I'm always thinking about emotions, right? Memories, routine, where you try to express your thoughts in that language. You're training yourself to think and feel in that language so that at some point you will stop translating in your head, right? You do it again a few minutes and then you are done for the day. Um, I would say if this works for you, like obviously you may have other routines, but you can also add up there, obviously, goals. You can set your like cultural goals, like cultural learning goals. Oh, like maybe during a week I'm going to learn new slang words, or like maybe new concepts in the society or something from history. Just like, putting them down, then mixing up your routine, meaning one week maybe you'll have more of listening and speaking, the other week it will be more like reading, writing, speaking. But always try to speak a little bit every day. And then what's also good, you could use a progress tracker. So it requires planning, meaning that first you set up your goals, like big goals, mini goals, and you try to break them down. And in the tracker, you can use even like task tracker, like Asana, Monday, like whichever works for you. But then when you have progress tracker, you will see every day how you're ticking those goals or those tasks. and you will feel a rush of, hormones, dopamine and all, saying, oh yeah, good, like, creating, yeah, good emotions. And when you have good emotions, it helps you, to continue to go on, even if you feel tired or interested. Well, it happens to all of us. We all have, such days when we don't want to do anything. But even on such days, I highly recommend to practice. Maybe, just listen to music or watch a TV show. There's something passive, but still you continue immersing yourself into that language routine. Well, share with me what has worked for you, what's working for you. How do you approach culture? Or if it's like no culture, maybe history or geography or anything connected to the control of the target language. What helps you? Share in comments, and if you like this video, if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you in other videos. Bye.